seconds. Those of you who are in the room, please lower your voices because we are recording. Also, if you have cell phones or anything else that makes noise, mute it as best as you can. Okay. Denny, thank you for the presentation. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more for you near the end when all the business come back. Certainly, it is something that most people need to think about and invest in. So please see the gentleman at the end. I have another guest here as we get ready to go back into the program. Ann is here. I had an opportunity to pray with her early this morning, and she touched my spirit. And I have to say it the way my grandmother used to say it. I know that the Lord will make a way somehow. May not know how, but somehow. And Ann was in tears this morning, and I, over the phone, I said, well, let's stop crying and let's start praying. And I invited her here today to tell you, she's a nonprofit organization, and she has a message for everyone. We do not have any organization like this organization in Palm Beach County. It is called Mothers Against Murderers. It's an organization that brings mothers together and network with mothers who have experienced the pain of losing a child or children. I think Ann has lost about 7 loved ones. I also saw Pastor Thicklin here somewhere. Pastor, stand up. The camera is on you. Pastor Thicklin is the minister and director of an organization, and we can get the mic to him. He'll take a second or two and tell you what he is doing as relates to domestic abuse and violence in all communities. And Ann, where are you? Because we're going to meet you next. Okay, you can go over there by the mic, over by the podium. Reverend, go right ahead.
Pastor J.R. Thicklin, founder of Destiny by Choice. And our mission is very simple. We are empowering lives and shaping destinies of those impacted by the issues of domestic violence. And it's so important for us to understand that it does affect our community, not just from a social standpoint, but even economically. It impacts the future. So if you want to know how much domestic violence costs us annually in this country, let's talk about $5 billion just in employment issues alone. And so when we think it's just somebody else's business, the reality is it is your business. www.destinybychoice.org. Thank you.
Wonderful. Also, I want to introduce you now and present. She's going to take a couple minutes to tell you what her plight is, and we want to reach out to businesses, those who can. You may want to help. Ms. Ann.
Thank you, Mayor, Pastor. I started this organization back in 2003 when my nephew was murdered in Riviera Beach. He was shot 7 times with an AK-47. And additional to that, as the pastor told you, Mayor, that I lost several others to gun violence. And that's where it started when Tori got murdered. And what my sister and my family was going through that tragedy. And we here at Mothers Against Murders, we turn our tragedy and our pain into power. And we go through 3 stages in my group: victim, survivor, and into advocacy. And that's where they have learned to heal and help other mothers that come along that have lost loved ones. And at Mothers Against Murders is a place of hope. I don't know, have you ever lost anyone to such a tragedy, but it's hard. It's very, very hard. So we have a meeting scheduled twice a month on a Thursday. But since 2003, and with several others, friends and pastor, they have helped us, kept going for 11 years now. But my family funds are ran dry. Even my mother, she's 84 years old, and she contributes some of her Social Security check. But my plea is to the community to help Mothers Against Murderers. Our doors are about to close. We don't get any funding, and we don't get any donation, just only a few. And we are in dire need of $2,200 right now. This month, the rent hasn't even been paid, and it need to be paid. And it's so important for those doors to stay open because we're the outlet to the community, especially to the youth. I have seen it all. I attended 225 funerals, and I sat right there with those 225 mothers. So that's what we are facing right now. And you all know that we've been having a lot of gun violence here. All week long there's been gun violence. And this is where they come for healing hope. So it's so extremely important to keep those doors open. Thank you for listening.
And is there a phone number that we can reach you?
I can be reached at 561-324-3701. And my office is 2100 45th Street, Unit B as in boy 5. That's in West Palm Beach on the corner of 45th Street and Congress. And I have a website as well. The address is 2100 45th Street, Unit B5, West Palm Beach, and the phone number is 561-842-8230. My cell is 561-324-3701, and you can visit my website, which is www.mothersagainstmurderers.ASSN.org. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. We can do better than that. Let's give a clap of hope or something here to encourage this mother, grandmother. If I was in the church right now, I would probably say I have a feeling that everything is going to be all right. Somebody is listening here right now. Somebody is sitting here, I believe, is going to bless you before the day is over. Businesses, nonprofits, we help one another. Best way to grow is not to receive a blessing, but to be a blessing. Farrah, stand right there, that mic for a second. Farrah thought she was holding the mic to give it to someone else, and I told her, just come in, stand there for a second. I want to give you the story of this young lady. Farrah has been a volunteer that has worked around the clock. I like for people to know who's doing the work. They may think it's me out front, but I want you to know who's really make it happen. This young lady has volunteered on this special project today. Our project today was getting you here. She's the one that's put the letters in the envelopes, that have mailed them, have gone door to door, have put letters after hours in businesses. And I want everybody to know that if it had not been for Farrah, you probably wouldn't be here today. So let's give her a hand. And she probably doesn't want to say anything, but I do have to tell you, where is your mother's business? Tell us that to the mic. And what is the name of the business?
It's Johnny's Barbecue on 15th and Tamarind. They sell soul food, all type of food. It's really, really good. You check it out. Banana pudding, sweet potato pie, sauce. Everything that you need is there.
And it's called Soul Food.
And it's called Johnny's Barbecue.
All right. We all know what soul food is, right? All right. So we don't have to take time. All right. But it's good. Okay. Want to make sure before we move back into the second part. Okay. We're good. Ms. Trotter is coming back to take us to second part and to take us higher. Ms. Trotter, give her a hand as she comes again.
Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying myself learning about these organizations, and especially the ones that, the nonprofits, Healing and Hope, that really, I think, touches our hearts. Everybody's. We all have some family member or friends that have been affected one way or the other in the community, so we definitely need organizations like those. Okay, thanks so much. So again, we're going to get started now. Again, we're going to get into some really fun stuff. These are for the people who own a business, don't have a big budget. You wouldn't be called small business if you had a big budget, right? You wouldn't be small business. So with small companies or small businesses, we need to maximize our potential. We need to minimize the costs, bring the costs down as much as possible, but still have a very high impact on getting business and growing your business. So that's what we're going to cover now. branding and target marketing. This is a kind of new. Again, I'm going to emphasize that my specialty area is really technology. So a lot of the revolutionary ideas about growing your business is going to be on the technical side, mostly through internet and so forth. So who here is familiar with PPC, or who has used PPC, pay per click? You're familiar? You used it? We have 3 people who have used it. Did you get a really good response? Okay, this is pay-per-click advertising allows you to create internet ads. Okay, you only pay for the number of ads that are clicked on, that are generated. You use PP ads on search engines. Recently, Facebook created PPC, and it has proven to be very profitable for small companies. So to give you an illustration to understand how it works, let's say, for example, you need to market your business and you just go and have some flyers created. So if you're going to go to a printer, you may tell the printer, I want 500 flyers, or I need 1,000 flyers. You take those flyers and you go and you pass them out. Well, you know, some people are going to just throw them in the garbage. Some people are going to take them and have every intention to use them, but then they're going to lose them or not know what they did with them. With this type of advertising, you're going to have lots of advertising out there, but you only pay when somebody clicks on your ad. Or somebody, if it's on a search engine, only if somebody clicks on your link on the website. Or if it's Facebook, only if somebody likes it, then you pay for it. So you can set a budget. For example, with Facebook, you can say, I only want to spend $5 a day, and I'm just going to do that for a week. Then Facebook will come back and tell you, if you're going to spend $5 a day, then you'll reach about 20 people a day, or however many, you know, whatever your dollars are. And so it's very effective because your ad is out there, but you're not paying every time somebody looks at it or views it. You're only paying by your choice if you want to pay per click or if you want to pay per impression. Impression means somebody just looks at, somebody clicks on the link and looks at your website or looks at your advertisement. That's pay per impression. Now, somebody may do an internet search and your information may come up. They may actually see your information in the search engine and might write it down or keep a copy of it, but you're only going to pay if they actually open that. So you're getting lots of advertising without paying for it. And again, you set your budget. Also, with the PPC, a lot of it is free. Again, you're out there, you're only paying for certain clicks, and the strength of your campaign is that you can really narrow down your target market. You can you can decide if you only want single mothers who have kids between the ages of 2 and 5. And you can say, or only married couples who have teenage children who live in South Florida. So you can really drill down and target that particular market that you're trying to reach. That you're not just out there everywhere paying for people to click. If you were to do it that way, then you have people clicking all day long and you're not really being effective. But you can really target your market. If you see, this is a little difficult to see also, but there's a tool, it's called a keyword tool. It's very useful, and again, it's free. And you use that tool to help you determine what words that people normally use to search. So you can go into your tool and say, okay, I'm going to target whatever market. What words do people normally use when they're searching for this term? And it'll actually tell you. You fill in the answers, and you get the words that you want to use, and that's called keywords. So That's another thing that, again, it helps you to really narrow your market and only pay for the clicks that you want to pay for. They also have ad testing, which is another good thing. If you're paying a marketing company and you tell your marketing company, I want to launch this campaign, they're going to ask you for your check. Okay, you're going to pay a check, but then if you want to switch and do your campaign differently, guess what? That's more money. With this, with the pay-per-click, you can stop it, you can switch it, you can change it. There's no additional cost. So you, again, I only want to spend $5 a day for 10 days or for 7 days. You can really budget like that, and you're reaching people that you would not ordinarily reach. And it could actually be in your community. If you see where it says geolocation in AdWords, these are just, you can also add keywords for people if you want to say South Florida, Palm Beach County and Broward County, something like that. So still you're reaching people that you would not normally come in contact with on a day-to-day basis, but you're still advertising locally, and you're still just targeting a specific market of people. So you're not out there, again, with the thing, in comparison with just printing up a bunch of flyers and putting them out there. You don't know where they're going to end up, and most of them are going to end up in the garbage. So this, again, you're only paying for what you choose, if you want to just pay for an impression or if you want to pay for somebody that actually clicks on your particular advertisement. So that's one way that you can really have a low budget, very low budget, but a high impact on your marketing. Another way that you can have a really big effect but not spend a lot of money is to purchase an ad spot on another website. There are some websites, like there's organizations, there's, depending on your industry, again, there's associations that you can actually purchase an ad, a very inexpensive ad on another website. Now, you may be a member of an organization and they may have thousands of people who visit their website. So you have your ad on their website, they're marketing to everybody. That gives you a lot of exposure that you're not actually paying for, but you're getting the benefit. So low budget, high impact. Another good thing that you can do is to do a press release. Make yourself newsworthy. Send out a press release. There's some very inexpensive there's prnews.com, and you can use that to do a press release. You don't have to know all of the organizations. Once you put it in that particular engine, it's going to automatically send your press release out to the media. So if you closed a big deal, or even if you just have an anniversary, or you're celebrating your company's been in business for 2 years, make that newsworthy. Send out a press release. Not a lot of money, but you're getting your name out there.
And that could also apply if you're going to do something special for the children of the community, or the seniors, or Veterans Day.
Right.
That's a good way to get news.
If you're doing a
publicity.
charitable event or holding any type of event, absolutely.
Thank you.
Form a joint venture, a partnership. That is something that a lot of realtors, you'll see a lot of realtors doing that, but anybody can do it. For example, if you're a caterer, maybe there's a photographer that you know. So you guys pass business back and forth. Whenever the caterer gets business, they know that particular client is going to need a photographer as well, and vice versa. You pass business back and forth. Realtors do that a lot with mortgage brokers and inspectors. They have certain people that they normally would say, oh, you can go and check this person out. But that is also a very effective way to get your name out there. Maximize your referrals. This works. I get most of my business through referrals. I get people, a lot of businesses who just hey, such and such gave me your name, such and such gave me your name, and I get mostly referrals. So that really works once people get to know you, get to know who you are. Good service, make sure that you keep your clients happy, and you will definitely get good referrals. So I'm not going to go through every single one of these in the interest of time, but just very quickly, you can do online webinars, very inexpensive. Another thing that's really free, take a video. Do a video of yourself, of what you do and what your company does. Upload it to YouTube. Now make it look nice, make it professional. And, this is my name, this is my company, this is what I do. And send out a nice professional email with the link, with the Yahoo link, so that people can view it. A lot of times people get that information, and if it's done very nicely, they're going to forward it their friends and family and colleagues. So that's very inexpensive. And it can have, again, a very high impact if it's done properly. Another thing is online directories. There's a lot of online directories that are free. Again, not going to list them all. Okay, wasn't going to list them all, but there's an online list called 50 Business Directories for Local Marketing. And that's the exact name of it, 50 Business Directories for Local Marketing. And so there's 50, at least, local ways that online directories, if somebody does a search, your name's going to come up, kind of like the old yellow pages or white pages, but of course, everything's online. So if you Google that, again, if somebody wants a copy, I'll more than happy to forward it. But very effective, and it's a low budget way to get out there. Now we're going to talk about the marketing plan because, okay, this is not a trick question, but what is one thing that all businesses need? Whether you're a small company, large company, customers too, exactly. But you need a marketing plan, business plan, but some people can probably get by with not even having a business plan. There's lots of companies especially small businesses, that operate without a business plan. Of course, you should have one, but really, if you're going to stay in business, how are people going to know that you're in business? How are people going to know that you have a product or a service to offer? You can't just go and sit inside your office and expect people to just all of a sudden by osmosis figure out that you're there. So you have to make people know where you are and what you're doing. And here's a list for creating your blueprint for your marketing activities. Your mission statement. What are you trying to accomplish, and what is your purpose? Maybe you know that, but other people might not. What do you do? Who are you? So very important. What are you trying to accomplish? Marketing strategy. How will your marketing plan support your goals? What are your goals? Do you have your goals already defined? And when you do your marketing plan, make sure that that supports your goals. Your target market. Who are you trying to reach? This is kind of like we were talking about with the pay per click. You don't just want to send out advertisements to all kind of people and you're paying for whoever clicks on your links. You only want certain people that are going to be good customers, good returning customers that you're trying to reach. Competitive analysis, very important. You're going to have some competitors. You're always going to have competitors. So what's going to make people want to patronize your business? Unique selling proposition. What makes your business unique? Pricing strategy. How do you know how much to charge? You need to be clear about how much am I going to charge. Am I going to lowball everybody out there and just take whatever business I can get? That could be a good strategy for some companies, but for small businesses, it's usually not. It could be for Walmart, because Walmart can sell certain items at a loss because they're going to make up for it elsewhere. You necessarily may not be able to do that. You have a low budget. So very important. Your marketing budget, how much can you spend? How much can you afford to spend? And is it going to be worth it? And is it going to be a good return on your investment? Are you going to get customers? Or are you just going to be out there bragging about yourself, and there's really not going to, there's not going to be a call to action, so people are going to say, oh yeah, that's good. You do that kind of business. That's great. But doesn't necessarily make them want to come and patronize your business. So call to action, very important when you're marketing. Action lists, what do you need to do? Sometimes you have to break it down to the granular level, step by step, but day by day. What do I need to do to get this accomplished, and give yourself a deadline? Are you implementing properly, and can you improve? You need to know that based on what type of business you're doing, you got to set some goals and determine, have I reached that goal? If you have not reached that goal, why not? What do I need to do differently? What do I need to improve on? You really need to reevaluate regularly. Am I doing it right? Am I getting good results? Do I need to do something differently? What do I need to do? And that needs to be ongoing. If you find something that works, do it again. And don't saturate yourself, and people get tired of hearing you, hearing about your business, seeing your face or whatever. But very important, having a marketing plan in writing, following it. Because otherwise, again, people are just going to say, oh yeah, that's good. Good for you. Glad you have a business. Doesn't mean that they're going to want to patronize it.
Wanda, I wanted to insert a little bit, if you go back just for 1 second, on the targeting and promoting. So important, because with the targeting, and this is something that we have to do and know as elected officials, you need to come up with who are you trying to reach. If you're reaching the young people, then you know how to reach them. You reach them through text messaging, cell phones, schools, youth events. If you have to target it very wisely, and promoting. If you targeting, let's just say, the African American community in Riviera Beach, well, most African Americans in Riviera Beach go to church. So if I had a business that was going to start a business, I'd make sure every church had my flyer on their windshield, on the door of a car. I would also maybe meet with pastors, okay? So targeting and promoting radio time is very valuable. Many of you heard the radio PSA. Depending on what you're doing, you can also get, PSA, public service announcement, which could be free about your business, especially if you're going to be providing a service, okay? And also, if you want to promote it, they have really good packages, depending on, maybe $200 or $300 is worth it. you know, and then again, you target your audience. Dial My Call, that comes in here because they can send out a text message to 1,000 people, you know, in seconds, very cheap. Same thing with calls. So you want to use these agencies in industries, in the industry that can really target and promote for you. And it's also important is to develop a database. We develop many databases in the office of the mayor. We have a database of veterans of the business community, seniors, young people. So you want to always have good data. And then if you need to send something out to all the veterans, all the businesses, all the seniors, whoever, send a text message or get them and they'll send it out, boom, and it's done. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little more too in just a moment. So again, that's specifically for your marketing plan. Again, another way we can minimize costs, partnering, we talked about that before. Outsourcing. I'm a specialty when it comes to outsourcing. So if you need some outsourcing, a lot of times you can't do it yourself. It's too much. If you're a small business, and again, you need to be working on growing your business. You're the business owner. You need to be doing the really meat and potatoes part of the business. A lot of times you're stuck doing administrative things that really eats up your time. So outsourcing, again, if you look at this list, it's a really, I mean, it's comprehensive. You're going to save yourself some time. You're going to save yourself some money by outsourcing.
Can you go through that point by point? Because a lot of people may not be able to see it, that outsourcing. 'Cause
Outsourcing, okay.
That's great.
Okay, so for example, now this can, again, this applies to whether or not you're going to outsource on one particular project. Sometimes, well, I have like outsourcing. I have some people that I might need somebody to write on a particular topic for a little newsletter that I'm going to put out. I don't have time to really do a lot of research because when I do the research, I need to have resources. Now, I am going to go behind and check and make sure that everything, and, you know, rewrite it and edit and everything. But I'll say what I need. And but the thing is, if I had that many people, or I had tons and tons of people that I had to pay to sit in at their desk and sit all day and try to write something, or you know, send something out, it would cost a lot of money. But by outsourcing, you save. You don't have to pay benefits. You do pay per hour or per project. You save yourself by really paying per project. You can pay per hour if you have certain people that maybe are going to just answer the phones for you on particular days, respond to emails for you in a particular day, different things like that. But you don't have to pay benefits, fringe benefits. You don't have to have office space for a worker to actually come into your office, where you're going to have to pay utilities, electricity. You're going to have to provide a desk for them to sit. They're going to drink up the coffee, you know, waste your cups, just all this, a lot of things you save. So, again, like I was talking about earlier, unemployment or workers' compensation claims. Now, I still use a lot of 1099 workers, but I save myself, even with my own workers. Unemployment and workers' compensation claims, that can cost you. It can really break your bank. It can break your budget. And if you're a small business, sometimes you can't even afford to have a full-time employee or a full-time staff. So outsourcing is really a good way to go. Saving on the electricity, the water, utilities. A lot of times if you're trying to save money, especially if you're starting up, a lot of times you're going to be working from home. So you don't have extra money. You're already trying to pay the utility bill you have at home. Now you got to pay another utility bill at the office. got to pay water bill at the office. So by outsourcing, you save yourself even little things that people don't think of. That's what I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of little things that add up. Paper clips, binders, paper, ink. Costs money. Maybe it doesn't cost a lot, but when you put it all into one bucket, it can be a big lump sum. Less wear and tear on office machinery. If you outsource, your worker has to provide their own equipment. They use their own computer now. If you're doing it the right way, for example, if you're outsourcing and you have workers that are doing something with your confidential information, for example, with your client's information, which we do a lot of. You're taking in social security numbers, credit card numbers, a lot of personal information. You want to use what's called a VPN. So that way they cannot download any of the information to their computer. They can't print anything to their computer. They can only log in into the portal, do their work, and close out. I mean, unless they're taking screenshots or something, but again, it's very secure and safe. It's encrypted data. And again, you can really closely monitor. Again, you got to make sure that you're using the right company as well. But you can very closely monitor the person that you're outsourcing your work to. They can be very effective. So you gain an edge over your competitors because they're not as savvy as you are. They're not as savvy. They're beating the sidewalk, beating the pavement. There's nothing wrong with going door to door sometimes, but you still have to spend time. Yes. I'm sorry, virtual portal network, a virtual private network, VPN. So that's, again, when you start a business, that's a consideration. Your computers, your IT. I think I did have it on the list, but I didn't go over it. That was one of the things that you need to figure out after you start your business. But your IT is very important because you're gonna, if you have clients, you want to make sure that information is secure and safe, and you don't want to be working and all of a sudden you lose all your information, or somebody gets into your computer, just different things like that. If you're savvy enough, maybe you can do it yourself, but that's a consideration. Okay, so social media. I like to talk about social media because you hear a lot of things in the news. It's just really way out in left field. People doing, you guys have heard of Lady Gaga, and she's got Twitter, and she's got millions and millions and millions of followers. It's just very interesting how they use Twitter. Companies, it's a business, a marketing tool. And she connects. She uses that to connect and engage. And anybody can do it, but I enjoy this part of the social media. If you look at, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, I'm going to read it. LinkedIn partnered with a market research firm called TNS to survey decision makers at approximately 1,000 North American small businesses that garner between $1 million and $50 million. Now, that's considered a small business by IRS terms, not necessarily by layman's terms. If you're making $50 million, you're not a small business, but right? You like to be that kind of small business. I would too, I know, right? Okay, and according to this study, social media is increasingly become the vital axis upon which small businesses thrive, or small business communities thrive. So roughly 1.3 small and medium business in North America, well, the roughly 1.3 small and medium businesses in North America generate approximately 5.5 trillion in annual revenue. These are the companies that took part in this survey. So what they found is that 81% of these companies use social media to drive and grow their business. Now again, these are companies that are making between 1 and 50 million a year. 81% of those companies use social media to drive growth of their business. 94 of those companies said they use social media as a marketing tool. 49% said they use it for educational purposes and to get business insights. So that just goes to show you these are companies that are already multi-million-dollar companies. Now if you, right, exposure. With social media, again, we were talking about target marketing. However, with social media, you can make planet Earth your target. You can make planet Earth your target. Just depends on whether or not you're paying for it or not. We're talking about low budget ideas, low budget marketing. But if you have a Facebook or Twitter, you can make planet Earth anybody. Okay, you can pitch to the world, especially in the beginning when you started up your company. You may get followers overseas, but guess what? Those followers that you get overseas, they may never buy from you, but they may share your content. They may share your link with somebody here in the U.S. who could be your client. So that's how social media goes around the world in less than a second. Now understand that from the start, anyone worldwide can see your comment. And I'll talk about that a little more too, how you can do that and take some sort of action. They have what's called the 80-20 rule. 80% of your content should be information-based from a business standpoint. There's a lot of people that use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and different, but they're really socializing more than putting out information. So you want your content to be information based. It could be something like, hey, did you know that my company does this, or did you know? You can just put out information regarding something in your industry. It doesn't really have to be about your company, but it kind of creates a curiosity. Where 95% is just information. So no one is going to come to you because you posted something promotional. Usually they're not. Sometimes they do. But as you grow, you can increase your promotions instead of just putting out information. But you create an interest. The main thing is to create an interest so that people can engage. One of the software, socialmention.com. Social Mention. With SOCIAL Mention, MENTION. Socialmention.com. It's free. It's free, and it does a decent job of giving you a single view across the places you might want to engage, like blogs. How many people have a blog? A blog is great to engage, to keep people engaged and with you. Facebook pages, Twitter, comments, images, and videos. Even though it is comprehensive compared to big companies, use another tool called Adobe Marketing Cloud. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. Adobe Marketing Cloud or Radian 6, that's what the big companies use. But you can use socialmention.com, and you can use it to keep tabs on what folks are saying about your brand, keep tabs what people are saying about your competitors, other relevant information for your business or industry. And also it creates an opportunity for you to engage and even to respond to show that you care. In some cases, we have some businesses, just show that you care. You're trying to solve a problem. And even turn a detractor. If somebody has something negative to say about you or your business, you can respond. So socialmention.com is free. Newsly.com, NEWSLE.com. That notifies you when news articles are published about people in your social network. So it integrates with Facebook and Twitter. So say, for example, you have a client and there's a news article that comes about your client, you can very easily say, hey, congratulations. I saw that this article, you know, you're engaging and you're staying in contact. It scours the web for content and matches it to people in your social graph on LinkedIn and Facebook. And as a matter of fact, sometimes in seconds, in a matter of minutes, it'll notify you, hey, there's a news article out about one of the people in your social circle. So it's good to stay abreast of what your competitors are doing as well. ThinkUp.com, that's still in its beta phase, and it offers analytics. Some of you may have used like Google Analytics, and you really have to study it to try to figure out how to use it. It's not really the easiest tool. It's very good to use, but ThinkUp is easier. It's like in layman's terms, you really understand who's visiting my website. You know, it kind of lays out instead of charts and graphs, it just kind of gives you information in layman's terms. Where are these people coming from? Sometimes you can get information regarding you know, their location, their geographical location, and if they have certain profiles, online profiles, you'll be able to see who these people are, and you can maybe figure out what people you really are reaching and help you analyze what you should do differently. Instagram is one that's up and coming. They had a blog just recently showing how different companies, big companies like Ben & Jerry's, Disneyland, Patagonia, are using Instagram for networking and for marketing. They're using it as a real marketing tool. Okay, and then I'll discuss some more mobile apps. Mobile apps are affordable now. Does anybody here have a mobile app? You're creating one? Who knows does everybody know what a mobile app is? Okay. Well, basically, a lot of people are using mobile phones now. Mobile apps are really more so for mobile devices, tablets, iPads, iPhones, Androids. Instead of people going to a computer where they would pull up your website, it's more convenient to have a mobile app on a phone where they can engage. You can have a mobile website. Some people do have mobile websites, but having a mobile app is better because it's made for a mobile device. It's made for an iPhone. It's made for Android, and people can interact very easily. You can have community pages. We're going to talk about that some more, but my point that I'm making right now, as far as we're talking about low cost and high impact, mobile apps are very affordable now for small businesses. So to create or have a company, a mobile marketing company, create one for you specifically for your company. But they're very affordable. You can, if you get a company that has some sales, you can get one that's maybe $25 a month, something like that. You know, your startup, depending on how you want it made and how you want it created could cost you, but your monthly, once you get it going, it's very affordable. So we'll talk about that in more detail. So right now I'm just going through some business tools that are affordable tools. Wufoo.com, Jotform.com. On your website, when somebody visits your website, do you want them to just visit your website and then close and go, or do you want them to enter their information so you can, you need to have a lead form on your website. That could be just, hey, sign up for our newsletter, or sign up for a free quote, something like that. But you want people to engage with you and leave their information. When somebody visits your website, you want them to leave their information. So, Woof is WUFOO.com. MailChimp.com is free for most businesses. They do have some restrictions depending on what you're selling. And to me, it's a little confusing, but you have to look at their policies. But you can make some beautiful email marketing newsletters. They have a good suite, but again, it's free, depending on how many email addresses that you're going to send out to. Have a question?
Wufoo.com, is that more or less like a landing page?
No, what that is it's a form. Like, for example, if somebody goes to your website and you say, hey, sign up for or you may just have a form. Like, for example, you have an application. Like on my website, I have an application. If you're interested in working with my company, you have fill out the form. So it's a form. If you sometimes it's just a contact form. Hey, contact us if you have a question. You can create your own forms based on what type of business you have. And what it does is it downloads everything you can export it into a spreadsheet. When you open it up, it's just like a spreadsheet. So like the mayor was just saying earlier, it's going to give you the information. You can sort that information by zip code, by category. There's all different ways that you can sort the information once people start putting in their information, and you can email the information out, or you can use, like you were saying, dial my calls. If you have, they're going to put in their phone number, so you're going to get a whole list of phone numbers. And if you want to do something like that, you got it right there. So when people visit your website, have a form where they can fill out and put their information on your website. So again, right now I'm just going through very low, mostly all of this is free. Low cost, high impact. So we did Wufoo, Snap Engage. You have a website. If you have time to chat, you have somebody who visits your website, they have a question. It has a little app on there, very easy to use, very easy to install on your website. And people can chat with you right there from your website while they're online. Website Grader to see search engine optimization opportunities. That can be, for some people, they find it a little complex to understand, but all it really is when somebody does a search, a Google search, a Yahoo search, a Bing search, are you going to come up on that front page, or are you going to come up on page 10? And they're never going to get to your website. So if you know how to do search engine optimization, then you can take advantage of that, and you're going to come up on the top of their searches. And it's not really, if you're going to do pay per impression, those are the ones that are going to come up in that top box of gray. That's pay per impression, in case y'all didn't know that. Those are people who are willing to pay for you to click on their link. Yeah, well, Her question is, in order to come up on the first page of a search, do you have to pay? You don't have to pay. If you want to be sure that you're going to come up on top, like in that gray box on the top or that line down on the side, those are people who pay. But if you want to come up like right under the gray box, you don't have to pay for that. You just have to know how to do search engine optimization, and you're still going to land on the first page. Yeah, it's something you should continuously evaluate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similar to like with the hashtags, and does that have anything to do with it, with hashtagging?
No, well, we're going to cover hashtags in a moment, but it's not the same. It's not the same, but it's specifically really more so for people who just use search engines, and that's so you'll be able to come up on the first page or the second page if you do the search engine optimization. Okay, and if you want to pay per impression, that can cost you some money, but we're talking about low cost. So that website, Grader, Twitter.com, which we talked about earlier, but right now we're going to talk about in more detail since you're just asking about the hashtags. Okay, so Twitter really is powerful. It's really a powerful social platform. And as you guys already know, it's used by celebrities, brands, individuals to communicate fast and to the point. You only get so many characters, 120 characters, and that's it. Even though it is one of the most successful social networks operating today, not many small businesses understand the potential of Twitter as a marketing tool. Now, 'cause a lot of people do understand it as a social tool, but as a marketing tool, you can even use it for customer service. But your goal is to make your tweets pop. And again, you can research a particular term. It's called guerrilla tweeting. Research that term, guerrilla tweeting, and you will learn how to really use Twitter as a marketing tool. Hashtags, you were just asking me about hashtags. Hashtags are very helpful. You have to know how to use a hashtag, though. So say, for example, you have a clothing company, and you do a little tweet, and you say, hey, you got a new summer collection. So what you can say is, I have a new summer collection with a fashion brand, or a new summer collection is here. New summer collection is here. Get ready to upgrade your wardrobe. So if you put the hashtag in front of summer, then people who search summer is going to come up. But the thing is, when you do your tweet, everybody who you're connected to is going to see your tweet. But if you do a hashtag, the public can see it. So it's not just the people that you're connected with, it's the general public. So that's how you use a hashtag. People are just going to search summer and it's going to come up. People who search wardrobe, do pound wardrobe. People who search wardrobe, your tweet is going to come up. It's not just going to be seen only by the people you're connected to. Anybody who searches wardrobe is going to come up. So that can make it, more powerful to use.
Ms. Trotter, since I don't have a degree in in hashology, is there anywhere someone can go and learn on the internet how to do the hashtag? Is there?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, if you research that guerrilla tweeting,
Right, and it'll tell you how to do a hashtag.
It'll tell you how to do all kind of things and make your Twitter be very effective.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, guerrilla tweeting. Yes.
Microphone.
G-U-E.
G-U-E.
G-U-E-R-I-L-L-A.
Okay.
So you're going to create buzz about your company, and you're going to engage your audience. You're going to engage your customers. You're going to keep them engaged and interested in what you're talking about and what you're doing. Yeah, You can do that with a hashtag. You can use that with pretty much any social media. But the main thing is that not only the people who you're connected to are going to see it, but anybody who searches that term is also going to see it. So that's the good thing about using the hashtag. But don't use more than two. Some people I've seen some people who use hashtag wardrobe, hashtag summer, hashtag this. If you use more than two hashtags in any post, it's gonna be nothing more than spam. It's not gonna come up properly. So don't use more than two at a time. Whatever. Yes, but a lot of times it doesn't even come through when people search it because it's nobody knows what to do with it. It doesn't come up. Then also another thing, when you have customers and you're staying engaged, use your @sign. Reply, mention, retweeting. If you don't know what to tweet, retweet somebody else's information. Or retweet something, you're already trying to connect with people in your industry or your customers. If somebody has some good information, retweet that. That makes people more loyal to you, more loyal to your brand. So that's helpful. But I mean, you don't want to retweet all the time, but it just, use it in its place. And then you can track your tweets. Which ones get the best response? Once you determine which one gets the best response or what type of tweets get the best response, keep doing that. Track them. You can actually track them. And again, that's a whole nother hour if I were to go into how you can use it for customer service. But again, you can use it for a good customer service as well. So moving on from that, WordPress, write blogs, keep your customers interested in what you're doing, keep them engaged, allow them to respond. Facebook.com, a lot of people already know that. Create a fan page, have a business page or fan page, not necessarily a personal page. Zendesk, it's not on the PowerPoint, but Zendesk. Zendesk. If you have customer support, it's usually like people who have customer support, and like you can issue a ticket number, and then each person has a number, or a reference number, or a ticket number, so you can follow them to resolution. So really, social media in general, have a good grasp. You should have a good grasp on how to best utilize all the major social media networks, including Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn for businesses. Entrepreneurs need to know how to best communicate their ideas to a wide audience. So via social media, you can do that. And you can get feedback. You get feedback and keep people engaged. Now we're going into some really like day-to-day business tools that you can use. Low cost CRM, which is pretty much the same as a database, like the mayor was speaking of earlier, but it offers more. So you integrate your emails. For example, anytime you get an email from somebody, it automatically goes into your database. You don't have to take that person's information and cut and copy and paste or type it into some other software, so you can keep up with who's emailing you and all that, because that can really be, it can take a lot of time to take all of those email addresses and phone numbers and cut and paste them every time you get an email from somebody new and put it into your database. So if you have a CRM, there's Zoho.com, Zoho.com. They have a free version, up to 3 users. If you have more users, most of the time, again, a small business, you're not going to need to pay. Zoho.com, Streak.com, Salesforce.com. I think Salesforce.com is like $5 a month. And they have so many tools, so many powerful tools that you integrate with your database. You can send out mass emails from that. You don't have to take your email list and then you cut and paste it into some other list, and it just saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of money. The best thing is that really it integrates with your communication. So it captures the names and numbers and the companies of people that you're communicating with. So you can take that, you have a whole database. Again, you can sort it. You want to send out information to only people in a certain area code, only people who will do certain type of work, only people who are in a certain type of industry. You can sort it and communicate with people that way by using your CRM. You can also, they offer analytics. If you want to know who's who, you can call up charts depending on what you want, what type of information you're trying to figure out about your business. So they offer analytics, and you can figure out trends. You can monitor who's communicating with you a lot or what type of responses you're getting. So it offers a lot of information for a little bit, again, cheap. Google Docs. If you're a small business company and again, we're talking about saving money. That one is kind of an old-fashioned one, but I put that on there because a lot of times we're having documents and we're sending documents back and forth, or we have somebody else working on a document. You just put it in Google and you just assign a password. So you don't have to send it. Who's got the latest document? How many times have you had that problem? You edited the document, then you sent it to somebody else and they edited the document, then they sent it back to you, and then somewhere in the mix somebody got lost and then you working on one and somebody's working on another one. So that one, everybody has the latest version. And you can password protect it if you want it password protected, or you only want certain people to have access to it, but it's free. It's free. Yammer.com is a private social network. It's kind of like Facebook, but it's only a certain group. So if you have an association or some type of community or either a business and you want to make it private, it's like Facebook, but it's private, only to your company, only to your community, or only to your network of people. And so sometimes you do want to share ideas and you want to have share information, but you don't want it on Facebook because guess what? Facebook owns everything that you put on it. So you can use Yammer. Skype.com is very good. Saves you gas, saves you money. You can meet with people. You can meet with your clients face to face, but you don't have to spend gas running all over town. You just Skype, meet them face to face. It makes it more personable than a conference call, and it's effective. I do know a lot of coaches do use that nowadays. And Quantcast.com, Quantcast, Quantcast. You can get a free report that shows you all kind of juicy stuff about people who visit your website. You can see the number of unique visitors, because some people may visit your website more than once. So you get the number of unique visitors. How often do they come to your website? Their gender, their age, their income, their education, their ethnicity. How many of them are coming to your website through mobile devices? What cities are they coming from? And what other categories they're likely to be interested in. Now you can get even more information than that if you want to pay, but if you want to use their free tool, you can get that much information about who's visiting your website. Free. So you can have a high impact. It can help you to determine what your strategy should be, what your marketing strategy should be. Are you reaching the right people, or do you need to make some changes. Another business tool, we have two more that we're going to cover. One is liveplan.com. This is for your business plan. We were talking about earlier, a business plan is very important. But a lot of people don't have money to pay a professional accountant and attorney and all that for a business plan. I've done business plans for companies, and I've charged between $1,500 to $2,500. Costs money, but you know it's worth it in the long run, because it's a lot of work that you're going to put into it. But you can do it yourself, very professionally. Liveplan.com, starting at $11.55 a month. You can do the one for $20 a month if you want more analytics, but it's up to you. So it's affordable. You have a blueprint for your business. You can monitor your progress. Again, it's very important to monitor your progress. Track your company's growth. LivePlan turns your business model, whatever your business model is, into a business management tool. So you're managing your business. Again, you're working on your business. You're trying to grow your business. You're not just day-to-day doing administrative stuff. You're really working on growing your business. It has a feature that's called a scoreboard. So with the scoreboard, you can track your financial progress in comparison to your plan. So this is how much I plan to make this month. This is how much I actually made. Or this is how much I did plan to make over the past 6 months or the past year. This is how much you actually made. And so you have that scoreboard, that comparison. Did you score or did you not score? So then you can make adjustments to your business and your budget if you encounter problems. Also, if you use QuickBooks, which a lot of small businesses do use for accounting, it does sync. It syncs with, LivePlan and QuickBooks will sync. So you always have an up-to-date view of your business numbers, watching your numbers, watching your bottom line. You can also use it to create professional and good-looking business pitches. If you want to get a loan, as we were talking about earlier, if you want another company to invest in you, then you're going to have a professional-looking business pitch. And you can put together a nice pitch. Has easy financial forecasting. So I highly recommend that. It's affordable. LivePlan, L-I-V-E, liveplan.com. And your business plan should be a living document. Like you should always, from time to time, whether you do it once every 3 months, once every 6 months, look at your business plan. Am I really on target? Because you're going to have to, if you got a good financial plan or a good business plan, you're going to know whether or not you're on target. Are you making the money that you planned to make, or that you thought you were going to make? Are you spending more money that you thought you were going to spend? So it really should be a live plan. So that kind of, if you, liveplan.com. Now, what we were talking about earlier about mobile apps. One thing people cannot live without nowadays is their mobile phone. If you leave the house without your mobile phone, are you going to turn around and come back home? Uh-oh. You're going to go back home and get your mobile phone. People cannot do without their mobile phones. People have their phones on them all the time. The bank account, okay, okay, I know. Same thing. I have my spreadsheets, my emails, everything is on my mobile phone. Over 85% of Americans own a mobile device. Many orders are now placed through their mobile phone. They want to order something, they do it through their mobile phone. They want to make a donation, they do it through their mobile phone, or they do it through their tablet. The phone is a new computer. People are not sitting in front of their computer now. They're taking their mobile device with them and they're doing everything they need to do. They're banking, you name it. So the mobile phone is the new computer, the new assistant, the new brain. So, and you can reach a number of people with a mobile app. They're going to navigate to your app and purchase your product or purchase your service. They're going to make an appointment with you. If they want to make an appointment, they'll use your mobile app to make an appointment with you. They don't have to talk to you. Your schedule is already on there. You're already blocked out what days you're not available. They just go in and check one that's available. So if you don't have a mobile app, you could be losing customers because a lot of people nowadays like that convenience. And if your competitor has an app and you don't, hey, they like the other competitor because they got these cool features and they can engage with each other. You can use one report, and I forgot to write the name of that report, says that $23 trillion, 23 trillion, that's with the TR, dollars, are being paid or exchanged on mobile apps nowadays worldwide. So are you going to miss out on that? You use push notifications with your mobile app. Keep your customers informed. You can keep them informed about everything. Maybe you're not selling anything today. You're not selling anything, but you just send out a notification. Hey, we have something coming up next week, or we have a new product that we're going to be revealing soon. Just keep them engaged. Send push notifications involving everything about your business, special events, discounts. Use a mobile app. Hey, discounts. Come in on Friday, get a 15% discount. Different things like that. You can have a community wall if you have customers, and a lot of churches are using this nowadays. They have like a community wall. Even they can do a prayer request, just different things like that. From mobile apps, donations, make sales right through the mobile app. They don't have to come in. They don't have to come into your location. They can place an order. You ship it out there. It's done. Okay. Surveys. You can do surveys. That keeps your customers engaged. You can request information. I already said discounts and coupons. Multimedia integration. If you want to do a podcast, for those of you who want to really get out there, do a podcast, do a video like we were talking about. You can do your YouTube video, stick that right into your app. People can see your app, see your video. Music for people who are musicians, a sample of your next track, or, especially purchasing, as you already know, you can purchase. A lot of people use it to purchase. Mailing list, okay? People can submit their information. If they want to be on your mailing list, they can submit their information right from the app. And there's a lot of other things. Again, I'm not going to cover every single thing that a mobile app can do, but I would say if you really want to be competitive and you want to stay engaged and you want to retain your customers, that is the way to do it, because everybody has their mobile phone on them. So you are going to be with them when they take their mobile phone. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I just have a few more things. Attaining and retaining customers. Again, that's part of what the whole point that we're trying to make. But remember, your competitors are only a phone call away to your customers. Your competitors are only a click away. Your competitors are only a click away to your customers. So stay engaged. Satisfaction. Satisfaction is the difference. Satisfaction is the difference between what your customers expect from you and what you really deliver. So if you don't know that they're really expecting a different service or a different quality of service, if you don't know that and you think you're doing the thing, and you're really not. They're not satisfied. So that's the difference between what you deliver and what they actually get. So be prepared to evolve your product. Be prepared to be innovative. Be prepared to be creative. Don't.
I'm gonna have to hold you just for a minute, because we're on a time schedule.
Okay.
Leave that up, and we'll come back and you can close out the last minute. Businesses, if you have a business in the city of Riviera Beach or near the city, Riviera Beach, or in the county of Palm Beach, this is the opportunity why Ms. Trotter gets her notes to close. To come to the mic. I wish I could give you more time, but we're on a time schedule. We have another meeting soon. And take about 30 seconds to get on that elevator. Tell me who, what, when, and where. Sabrina, I think you're first. Next 5 people line up behind her, because we're gonna move. This is the time the office of the mayor wants to highlight your business. And if I cut you off, that means time is of essence. Yes.
Thank you, Mayor Masters, for this opportunity. I just want to leave these concepts with you. Love, hope, faith, joy, inspiration, peace, and passion. We've constructed House of Love Illionaires, which is an understanding, it's a movement, but it's about empowering a person. Most people look at wealth and materialistic gain and look towards being a millionaire, but we're all about people being life rich and being rich on those concepts. So we have message shirts, and we have partnered with different entrepreneurs in the business. They create jewelry, they create the shirts, they create glam shirts, a lot of different things, but it's all about a message of empowerment. And it's House of Love Illionaires. We are on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. We're moving right on.
Hi, thank you all for the opportunity. My name is Janice Stallings. The name of my business is Styles by Stallings. I am an event planner and decorator. Basically, what we can do for you, we can event plan your wedding, your baby shower, your social gathering, your corporate event. We're locally in Riviera Beach, and we are offering a discount for anybody that is a Riviera Beach resident right now. So if you are in the market for having an event planned, decorated, or design, call Styles by Stallings at 561-541-7170. And we also have a website, stylesbystallings.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Mary, make sure you get Ms. Stallings' info for the senior citizen discount program of the city. Yes,
How you doing,
sir.
Bishop Masters? My name is Stephen Smith. I'm a fashion artist. I am planning a fashion week this year. It's called Fashion Week West Palm Beach.com. I'm also an author of a book that I've written about my life. I'm an MC, and I'm also a host of fashion shows, events. I am an empowerment speaker, and I also do a lot of illustrious events throughout the county as well as throughout the state. I can be reached at area code 561-779-0022, or as God has given me the name of High Fashion Priest, because I love God and I love fashion. My email is highfashionpriest@gmail.com. Thank you.
Wonderful. Right on, young man. Anyone else get in the line, because we're moving?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief of Staff. And thank you for the wonderful speaker, Ms. Trotter. My name is Carl Foster. I'm with Carrot Bars International. My website is teamcarrotbars.com. And what we do, we show people how to transfer their cash declining papers or anywhere in the world dealing with currency to gold. That's what we simply do. We offer a free gold savings account. Please check us out online, teamcarrotbars.com.
Phone number again?
561-827-0528. That website is teamkarratbars.com.
Wonderful.
Good afternoon. My name is Angela Williamson. I'm a recently retired veteran from the U.S. Postal Service after 30 years. I just started my new business. The name is called VIP Ready RagamuffinCouture.com. And what I do is I create fashionable cultural clothes for VIP, for high officials, for dancers, rappers, artists, or the common person can either come to me and I can customize an outfit for your attire. And my website is VIPReadyRagamuffin.com. I can be reached at 561-541-8295. Thank you.
Good. Make me one of those outfits too now. Dressed up here a little bit. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Pull the
I'm
microphone down a little bit.
Okay.
Mary, I need some water, please.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Powery, the CEO of the Etiquette Touch Institute, which is an etiquette consulting firm in Palm Beach County. We provide services for children, teens, and young adults. So we're in the business of helping others to be successful socially and professionally. We run a summer camp during the summer for girls called Etiquette Modeling and Fashion Camp, and we also create special parties for little girls, princess, diva, and spa parties. My number is 504-7716, 888-504-7716, and my website is www.theetiquettetouch.com. Thank you.
So hold on. People have little girls. Say that. But parties for little girls.
Yes, I create special parties for little girls, like
What about
princes.
the little boys? You leave little boys out too?
Well, I did
I'm just
create
messing with
a prince and princess party. My nephew.
Okay.
So he was a pirate.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Robinson. Again, thank you for the information, Ms. Trotter. I am the Executive Director for the Minority AIDS Initiative Network. We're affectionately known as MAIN. We are a social HIV/AIDS organization. When I say social, that means we're out in the community, we're grassroots, we do outreach activities, passing out condoms in the community, we offer educational sessions, we do free HIV/AIDS testing. Coming up real soon, the first week of March is nationally known as Week of Prayer. We'll be holding a week of prayer for the healing of AIDS at 1216 Pioneer Road in Mangonia Park from 6:15 until 7:15. 1216 Pioneer Road, Mangonia Park, the first week in March, week of prayer. Second thing, on March 10th, it's National Women and Girls HIV/AIDS Awareness. We'll be hosting a workshop for young women to teach them about better practices, self-esteem, and an opportunity to take free HIV/AIDS tests. 1216 Pioneer Road, Mangonia Park. I can be reached at 561-201-4009. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next business is coming.
Good afternoon, Riviera Beach. Thank you for hosting this event to empower all of us. My name is Kristen Randall. I'm a CEO of Fortune One Inc. Charities. Our mission is to provide mentoring, scholarships, and provide educational development opportunities for children of at-risk families and distressed families of lower socioeconomic status. The goal of Fortune One is to enhance the public welfare of our communities. The vision is to improve the graduation rate of high school students and to support their career choices and impose a mentorship program to ensure students achieve their dreams of a better life and establish a dream catcher program. Also, I'm working with the church, Operation Restore, on the corner of 13th Street and U Avenue. We're going to be hosting an event on March 15th, and I would love all of your support. Thank
And
you.
Your pastor is, the minister is?
Pastor is Bishop Philip Dukes. Pastor.
And give us do you have a website or a phone number that you can
I have a phone number, 561-541-1331.
Good.
Thank
Tell
you.
Bishop I said hello.
I will.
Yes, ma'am. We're doing good.
Good afternoon. My name is Metris Batch. I'm here on behalf of Florida Health Palm Beach County. I am the MAC. I'm also the lady who rides the motorcycles to come support voting.
Yes.
I have a couple of things I would like to say. As the Minority AIDS Coordinator for Palm Beach County, any organization that partners with an agency that does anything dealing with HIV counseling and testing, awareness, information, and prayer is able to receive free technical assistance with me. I'm able to do the same thing and provide the same services as you received today. It's called a public-private partnership. The only way we're going to reduce the prevalence of healthcare disparities in the community is roll it out in the community. I'm able to work with churches. National Week of Prayer is one of our programs. I provide technical assistance and promotional incentives to churches, the fans, the water bottles, the little tchotchke, things like that. I also have a program called the Business Response to AIDS. Anytime a business partners with a nonprofit organization, the space that you use is tax deductible. The time that you use is tax deductible. One of the programs that I'm working on is developing a better relationship with organizations to offer awareness, educational, HIV counseling,
And you can be
testing in
found,
your
I've
field.
got to move on.
I can be found at 7289 Blue Heron Boulevard, and I have my business card.
Thank you. And phone number? You have a phone number?
My phone number is 561-804-7945.
Thank you.
Yes, my name is Teresa Nelson, and I have my own youth entrepreneurship program. It's entitled It's Your Business, and my goal is to develop young leaders at an early age, from 16 and up, and how to start their own businesses and work with them in the community and partner them with whatever goals or desires that they have as well. So my number is 561-667-9177. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Ms. Nelson, I know you're going to be using that dial my call because you text everybody. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Young. I'm the owner and designer of Y Elon Couture. I do rhinestone t-shirts, custom rhinestone t-shirts. My phone number is 561-319-6039. You dream it, we bling it. Raise your hand if you like a card.
Come back. Whoa, wait a minute. I like the way that sound.
That was my elevator pitch.
I want you to slow down a little bit. We're going to give you 3 more minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Where are you located again, and your phone number?
My phone number is 561-319-6039. I have a small boutique, 836 Park Avenue. It's inside the Beauty Boudoir Salon. And I'm sorry about my voice. I almost died. I had a ventilator, so it's not quite back yet.
But God has been good.
Thank you.
Let's give her a hand because she's pressing on. Okay, everybody please stay with us because Ms. Trotter's come a long ways. And she's going to wrap us up in the last couple minutes. So just please stay because she's been patient to stay with you. Yes.
Good afternoon. I'm Denise Clark, and I have several businesses. I believe in more than one stream of income, but today I'll tell you about 2. One thing that was stated here, outsourcing. I have a personal assistant company, and those things that you can outsource to or you don't have time to do, call me. My number is 561-676-5400. And I can run those errands. I can go stand in the line at DMV and do those things that are that save you time, or that will save you time and allow you to do the things that you need to do. I also am the owner of Nisi Oils. And Nisi Oils, I sell fragranced oils. All of those high-end perfumes that you buy at these high-end stores, you can come to me, and I have an oil that smells as good or better than the original, and they're very affordable. I am your alternative to those expensive perfumes and colognes, and I am your go-to girl when you need things done. Thank you.
And your phone number again? And
again, my
location,
number
yes.
is 561-676-5400, and I am dnetwork.com, and I'm going to be talking with Tracy Webb about getting my website built, and I'll be looking for that mobile app for Nisi. Thank you so much.
And while the next speaker is coming, again, I want to mention the young man who spoke to you earlier, Denny Artachi, and he's really doing a lot of work with these different plans for insurance plans. And again, he can be reached at 305-8226, 561-305-8226. And that's those long-term plans. He gets them all into one. And several people have called about how blessed they have been. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hi, my name is Sandra Hall. I'm the owner of Andis Lawn Service. So at 561-848-0565, anything you don't feel like, don't want to cut, can't grow, just give us a call. 561-848-0565. Thank you.
Now, I want to ask you something. Come back 1 second. Andy's Lawn Service?
Yes.
And where are you located?
In Riviera Beach.
Good. Now, we're going to get with you because we have a special senior discount program to help our seniors. So we're going to call you because we need partners. Okay? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shed Lang. I'm the president and CEO of Real Divas of Palm Beach Incorporated. We are an event planning company. Actually, we are a premier event planning company. Some of our clients include Palm Beach County School Board, AT&T. I've also done weddings and baby showers and stuff like that. Our goal is to make sure we create that wow factor. If your jaw does not drop, we didn't do our job. I've been told I'm a little over the top, but you can bring me down a little bit, but my creativity is huge, okay? And that's the reason why I love what I do. I can be reached at 561-762-4444. You can also join our Facebook page under the same name, Real Divas of Palm Beach Incorporated. Thank you.
Thank you. You can also like my Facebook page, Mayor Bishop Thomas Masters. our Bishop Mayor Thomas Masters. Thank you. Last person, you take your time, and you can wrap us up. Your business.
My name is Cynthia Jackman. I will be opening a business on 37th Street in Revere Beach. It will be an adult daycare center.
Wow.
It's for Alzheimer's and any aged person, and the name is Golden Ages Adult Daycare Center. So any person that have an old person that need them to be kept during the day, it's from 7 until 5. It will be opening on June 1st in Revere Beach. And my number is 801-2425.
Let's give all our businesses that are here left. I have Wanda Trotter is coming back. Please stay with us. We'll be through in a couple minutes. She's going to wrap up with the final notes, and this may be the great blessing of the whole day for everybody. It's always comes at the end. Ms. Trotter.
Actually, I am going up. Did we lose? I think we lost the power there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up regarding attaining and retaining customers. Just keep that in mind. You really need to retain your customers. That is going to be the main focus of you being in business in the first place. Technologies. The last technology that I wanted to mention, and then we're going on, voice of customer. And with that, you can use voice of customer. There's some allegiance.com, oracle.com to get feedback regarding how you're doing. Different surveys, mystery shopping, if you want to do mystery shopping, comment cards, electronic submissions, really get an idea and keep track of what you're doing and how you're doing. Get your own sheet or card on how you're doing. So the last thing I want to say as far as wrapping up, no excuses. You should not use today's economy or any other excuse. Crisis creates opportunity. I don't know if you've heard that term before, but crisis creates opportunity. Some of the most iconic companies in the world were founded during economic downturn, including Disney, CNN, Hewlett-Packard, MTV, General Electric, FedEx, Microsoft, Apple, AT&T, IBM, Fortune magazine. In times of change, the needs of consumers evolve. Again, we're going back to being creative and innovative. What your consumers need may change, and so you need to change with them. Be able to spot new opportunities. Consumers still buy things in economic recessions and downturns. What they buy, of course, a lot of times they evaluate and change their spending habits. So be creative, be innovative. And then I just had a few things that I want to share regarding the future of innovation. In case some of you don't know, again, you can be possibly just as innovative as these. Did you guys know that people are using Twitter to track shark attacks? So again, being innovative and creative. Some scientists in Australia have outfitted more than 320 sharks with transmitters. So if you're afraid to get in the water, you don't know, check Twitter first. There's a Smarty Ring. There's a Smarty Ring that's coming out. We already got the smartphones. We got the smartphones, the iPads and all that. Now there's a Smarty Ring. There's smart watches too, which some people have nowadays. But the Smarty Ring is actually a ring you wear on your finger. It tells you the time. It has a Bluetooth technology that pairs with your iPhone or your iDroid, and it helps you. You answer the phone with your Smarty Ring. Smart contact lenses. This is in the medical. Nowadays, smart contact lenses. Google is developing a contact lens with a super tiny chip in it, and it's supposed to be able to track your glucose levels. And diabetes is real prominent in our neighborhoods and communities. So it tracks your glucose level, and for people who suffer from diabetes, a product like this could be less painful than having to prick your finger every day. I have a sister who does that. Smart toilets. There's a smart toilet that's been invented now. So it analyzes your waste and it could tell whether or not you have nutritional deficiencies. And then there's the smart everything. Now, we've talked about smartphone, smart iPhone, smart ring. Now there's a smart everything. Samsung just put out a video illustrating what life would be like with smart everything. So what it does is you could interact with it. For example, your coffee mug. Your coffee mug could give you weather updates, let you check your social media. Your child could interact via a smart virtual monitor from another country. So your cell phones are smart, your tablets are smart, so many objects are smart. So your car, as a lot of people have smart cars, their dashes. Why not everything? So Samsung is creating that smart everything. So thank you guys so much for this opportunity to present. If you have any questions or if you have any needs, I can help you with any of the topics that we just spoke on. Here's a list of resources. There are some books that you may want to check out. Again, I'm not going to go through each one, but if anybody wants that list, I can certainly provide it to you. And feel free to contact me for any of the needs, any of your business needs, and I'm happy to help, either to help you with your, or lead you to a valuable resource. And I just thank the mayor so much for having me.
Ms. Trotter, hold on just everybody, we're getting ready to close. Before you leave, you talked about the smartphone, the smart ring, the smart everything. But I want to talk about the smart woman. You are. Wanda Trotter. Give her another hand.
Thank you.
Marion has a question.
I want to take the opportunity too also to say thank you to Mr. Lee Calhoun, who I wouldn't be here today if he wouldn't, again, giving credit to, where it's due, because software wasn't working right, PowerPoint wasn't working right, all kind of things, and
he made it happen.
He made everything happen. My other assistant, Keisha, she's not here. She may see the recording, so thank her too.
And that's what Marion wants to ask something about your PowerPoint, because people are asking about it.
Yeah, I have it on PDF if you just want to take a copy.
So what? Yeah, go to the mic.
On the screen, so if you do email it to us, if it's okay, then we can send it to the people who are.
Everybody would like to have one? Good. Yeah. Count it done. Thank you. If you have any questions, please see Ms. Trotter. Thank you for coming. We'll see you at the next one.